Good morning, Fam Bam. It's so good to be back. Sorry that it took me a while to film this and upload it. It's just been really, I guess, chaotic between the baby shower and just getting things ready for little Wyatt to get here. I thought this would be a fun little place to film. We are getting her crib and just little things like that together. So just thought it'd be a fun little sneak peek for you guys. I do plan to do a few more pregnancy videos, so do stay tuned for those. And yeah, so this video is going to be my second trimester update, as you probably saw in the title. I have really enjoyed watching these types of videos where like they update for like the first trimester and like all the different trimesters, and just kind of see like what to expect, because it's like first trimester, and then when you're in the first trimester you don't know what to expect for your second, so it's just cool to kind of see what other people are experiencing. But then two, just kind of see what people are experiencing, because everyone's pregnancy is different and unique, and that's just so special that people can share that, or you know, their versions of their pregnancy online. So I don't know, I just thought this would be fun. Honestly, so they say your second trimester is usually like the best trimester. It's usually like when you get a burst of energy, and you just feel good. Usually your second trimester, like you get rid of the nausea if you had it in your first trimester, and the exhaustion, like you're feeling good, you feel pregnant, you look pregnant. So like it's probably the best trimester, just because, you know, you're starting to feel baby move and just things like that. Just a lot of exciting milestones in that second trimester. So yeah, this was probably my favorite trimester, I guess. I really enjoyed my second trimester. Honestly, I've really enjoyed my pregnancy thus far. Like no complaints or anything like that. Yes, I've had like things here and there, but who doesn't? So yeah, but anyways, I like to get in. There are like 4 kind of categories that I want to cover that I feel like are kind of important, or like I know people will be the most curious about, and so let's get started. The first one is cravings. So like your first trimester, I feel like you crave a lot of like weird stuff, or you crave nothing at all. You have a lot of aversions in your first trimester, stuff like that. Second trimester, I feel like usually you kind of get more of your like taste back. You're not really nauseous as much, so you feel good, you want to eat. A lot of people this is probably the like trimester they have like the weirdest cravings. I really didn't have anything like super weird, and I feel very lucky for that, just because, so I'm just going to kind of go through. So like first things first, one thing, like there's like one thing that didn't really change. I'm trying to think, craving wise, from my first to second maybe 2 things that didn't really change from my first to second trimester, and that would be cheeseburgers. Or like beef, like any kind of like meat, really, I guess. I have still continued throughout my second trimester to crave like cheeseburgers, and specifically I want pickles on my cheeseburger. So like that, as you know, is a specific like pregnancy craving, but like I have just craved cheeseburgers and pizza as well, like, which is again another thing I craved my first trimester, and like meat and anything like that. And then this isn't weird, but like coming out of my first trimester, I didn't really crave or like enjoy, I guess, fresh fruits and vegetables. I was very specific on, like, I did a lot of eggs and like really a high protein diet, I feel, for my first trimester, and so like this trimester I really craved a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, and even like with the fresh vegetables, like I would get like a vegetable platter, and like I'm not usually like I'll eat celery, I'm not picky, but like I don't normally like crave it, so like I would crave celery and like broccoli and carrots, with some ranch, a lot of like that kind of stuff. I've eaten a lot of salads the second trimester, which is good, like, because that's what I used to eat. So I'm kind of like back into that kind of thing. Fresh fruit wise, I've craved a lot of like oranges and like citrusy fruits. Apples I ate a lot of my second trimester. I would take those to work like every day. I'd take an apple, a cheese stick, and a beef stick, and that was one of my snacks. It was like a staple for me. Specifically Honeycrisp apples. And then I've also craved a lot of like pineapple and like berries, blueberries and strawberries, even like raspberries. I've craved a lot of, just like I said, fresh fruits and vegetables, which again I'm so glad, because I feel like finally I'm enjoying some good like quality things for the body and the baby. And then another thing that's not really odd for me, like I'll eat Mexican, don't mind it, but I don't normally choose Mexican. I usually choose Chinese food over Mexican food, but I have specifically craved Mexican food. So like we probably go out every other week and we go to a Mexican place, and chips and salsa and like a good burrito with rice and beans. Oh man, like, it just sounds so good. So just like, that's not, like I said, it's not really weird, because like I would eat that prior, but like around my period, pre-pregnancy, I would crave Chinese food specifically, and so like I haven't craved that at all. Like it didn't sound good or anything, so like that's kind of like a flip, I guess, for me. And then another thing I've craved a lot this second trimester is just like pasta or like spaghetti, lasagna. Again, spaghetti and lasagna, that's kind of like beefy and like meaty, but like specifically I could eat like mac and cheese, or really just pasta plain, to be honest with you. But like those kinds of things I would say are my cravings. I did finally get into coffee again. That version has set sail, and thank God, because I can now have some energy and caffeine back in my life. I do only drink 1 cup a day as recommended, but that's what I drank pre-pregnancy as well, so nothing really new there. Oh, another craving that I had, now that I'm thinking about it, is specifically I craved Coke. And like, I don't really drink soda at all. I drink water, milk, and juice. Oh, and milk. Oh man. But like Coke specifically, I could go for an ice cold Coke. And McDonald's, I craved a little bit for a couple of weeks, and I would get like a small Coke to go with it. Oh man, it like set my soul on fire, and it was great, and I loved every single sip of it. It was so good. And then milk. I have actually craved a lot of milk and cereal the second trimester, which really I don't think is a bad thing. I think that's good. It helps with the calcium, and milk just has a lot of like minerals and stuff in it. It has some health, or not really, I guess, healthy fats, but it does have some stuff. I usually drink a glass of milk before bed, and I take it with my vitamins. It helps me sleep, I found. So that's something that I drink milk every day. And cereal, I've eaten a lot more cereal like before bed and like as a snack and stuff. So like cereals, I guess, another big craving that I've had. Body changes, I feel like this is important, because the second trimester is the trimester where your body's going to change, I feel, the most. You go from like barely being pregnant, like you barely have a bump, to like, let's see, it's like 15 weeks or 14 weeks to, I want to say 28 weeks. And I mean, by 28 weeks, like you are round and looking, like I said, very pregnant. So you go from like hardly anything to definitely pregnant. And common body changes, I feel, too, are like stretch marks. You know, your breasts are gonna get bigger because they're starting to produce that milk and stuff like that. You're gonna have some weight gain, which is normal, especially with the baby gaining weight and stuff like that. But I definitely had some weight gain, specifically more the second trimester in my hips, I would say. Like my belly is still very round and everything, but my hips, and like thighs, I definitely gained a lot of weight there. And I definitely have some stretch marks on my bottom and my thighs as well, but not on my belly at all. So far. So, so like that, I would say really that's like the biggest body change I feel I've had. Let's see, for the second trimester, I really wouldn't say like anything's really changed. I definitely feel like my hair is growing faster the second trimester, but again, that's kind of normal. And two, I feel like with things that you eat, that could affect that as well. But like nothing too crazy body change wise. And then just kind of like symptoms, like with pregnancy, you expect to have common symptoms. They say like indigestion and constipation is very common in the second trimester. Really, constipation starts in the second trimester, and it's like a symptom like your whole, like the rest of your pregnancy. Let's see, I want to say like, I know like weight gain is a symptom. There are just a lot of different things that you can have, I guess, your second trimester. You could also start having like ligament pain or Braxton Hicks contractions, just different things like that in your second trimester. And really the only things I really feel like I had, I definitely had some constipation, and I had to go to the store and buy Miralax because it had been like 3 or 4 days and had not gone, and I felt miserable. It was kind of embarrassing, but at the same time, like, you gotta do what you gotta do. So like that was definitely something I struggled with second trimester. And then like once I feel like I had enough water and I increased the fiber in my diet, that constipation kind of went away. So a strategy to relieve that would definitely be to I'm losing my train of thought. Eat a high fiber diet and drink lots of water. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Other ways you can do is there are like bowel things you can take, and also like laxative stuff like that you can take. And then too, like exercise can help with constipation. I'm trying to think if there's, and honestly, coffee is actually a natural laxative, so that could be helpful as well. So maybe that's part of why it kind of went away. I don't know. Anyway, so that was something I struggled with. And then another thing was indigestion. I actually struggled with indigestion at the end of my first trimester, but I've also kind of struggled with it throughout the second trimester as well, but specifically more towards the end. And I think it's just as the uterus is like come up, everything's being pushed up, so my stomach is a lot smaller. And that's probably why I'm struggling with that. I have had to use Tums a few times, but I just try to do natural things like sit up after a meal. I try not to eat too big of meals. I've been trying to eat smaller portions and just more frequently, more like snacks, I guess, throughout the day. And yeah, that's really it, I guess. Again, just trying to drink water and stuff like that, staying hydrated to help with that as well. Those are really the only symptoms I feel like I've had my second trimester. And then I thought this category was kind of fun just to touch on, tips and tricks just to help survive, I guess, your second trimester. So first and foremost, because it's the best trimester, you want to enjoy every second of it. So do whatever you can to enjoy. Take all those cute pictures and anything like that, because I mean, like, this is the time to do so. You're gonna have a burst of energy, and you're probably gonna still be able to sleep pretty good during this trimester. So you want to make sure you're doing all the fun things and enjoying every second of it. So with, like I said, you're gonna have a burst of energy second trimester. So something I would recommend, I kind of wish I would have done this a little bit more, is work out a little bit more my second trimester, just because I'm not quite too pregnant. I'm able to do things, kind of establish that workout routine, and then also nest early. There are some things that when you get into your third trimester, you kind of just start, it's called nesting, where you get the house and everything ready for the baby. In your second trimester, again, when you're not as pregnant, try to get things ready for your baby, things that might be more vigorous. So like if you're going to clean the baseboards, like maybe do that towards the end of your second trimester. Furniture, organizing things, any of like your bigger item ticket like kind of things, you want to do that in your second trimester if possible. Just because, like I said, you're not as pregnant, and so you're able to do a little bit more, which is very important. And then my second tip would be to sleep as much as possible and enjoy your sleep, because your third trimester, you don't get as much sleep. and you're very, very tired. So enjoy sleeping as much as possible. Take all the naps and catch up, or I guess stock up on, if you can, your sleep, and just enjoy that rest, because it's probably some of the best rest you're going to have before you have none, to be honest. So yeah, so that is, I would say, I guess, my second trimester update. Again, my second like, I haven't really had a horrible pregnancy, haven't really had anything go wrong or anything. The baby, moved a lot. She started moving around 17 weeks, and we found out the gender at 20 weeks, which it is a girl, and her name is going to be Wyatt Annette, and we are so excited for her to come, but honestly, we were shocked that it was a girl. I swear I thought it was a boy, but it was not, but that's okay. It is what it is. But yeah, we're just really over the moon. She's healthy, and to us, that's all that really matters. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please do like it if you did, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And like I said, I hope to have several other videos coming up for you guys to stay tuned to. And again, I apologize for kind of MIA there for a hot minute. I've just really been struggling with some fatigue and exhaustion, and just some motivational things. So I appreciate you guys' patience, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!